So you're looking for a new cooktop, and it can feel a little overwhelming, right? You've got gas, electric, induction, and they all seem to have their own fan clubs. So what's the right choice for your kitchen? Well, you're in the right place. We're going to break down everything you need to know to find your perfect match. Let's get into it.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why you might even want a separate cooktop instead of a regular range. Then, we'll get to know the three main players, the different fuel types. After that, we'll put them head to head, explore some must-have features, and wrap it all up with a super simple buying guide to make your decision a total breeze. All right, first question, why a cooktop? Most of us grew up with a range, that one single unit that has the oven and the burners all together. But splitting them up? Oh, that opens up a whole new world of possibilities for how your kitchen looks, feels, and functions. But let's be real. Is it really worth it to split them up? For a lot of people, the answer is a huge yes. The advantages can completely transform your kitchen, and it all comes down to a few key areas. Separating these appliances gives you four massive wins. First, flexibility. You can put your cooktop on a kitchen island and have your wall oven somewhere else entirely. Game changer. Second, ergonomics. You can install that wall oven at chest height. No more bending down to pull out a super heavy Thanksgiving turkey. Third, you can mix and match brands. You can get the cooktop you love from one company and the oven you love from another. And finally, you can combine fuel types. This is my favorite. Imagine having that incredible responsive flame of a gas cooktop paired with the super consistent even heat of an electric oven. You literally get the best of both worlds. Okay, so let's say you're sold on the idea of a separate cooktop. Your next big decision is all about the fuel. And really, there are three main options you need to know about: gas, electric smooth top, and induction. Let's get properly introduced. First up, we've got the classic, the one so many chefs swear by, the gas cooktop. The reason people love it is simple. It's the flame. You can see the heat, you can feel the heat, and when you turn that knob, the change is instant. That tactile, responsive control is its biggest selling point. The only thing to remember, of course, is you gotta have a gas line hookup.
All right, next is the one you've probably seen everywhere, the electric smooth top. It's got those heating coils hiding under sleek, ceramic glass surface. It's super popular, and honestly, a lot of that is because it's usually the most budget-friendly option. But here's the trade-off, and it's a big one. It's slow to react. It takes a while to heat up, and it takes a while to cool down. And last, but definitely not least, we have induction. And this is where the tech gets really, really cool. Instead of heating the glass surface, induction uses magnets to heat your pan directly. The surface itself doesn't get hot. This means you get the absolute fastest heating. We're talking boiling water in like 90 seconds, and ridiculously precise temperature control. The only catch? Your pots and pans have to be magnetic. Here's a quick test. If a fridge magnet sticks to the bottom of your pan, you're good to go.
So you've met our three main players. Now it's time for the main event. Let's put them side by side and see how they really stack up on the things that actually matter when you're in the middle of making dinner. This is where you'll start to see which one is a perfect match for your cooking personality. Let's really dig into this. When it comes to pure speed, induction is in a league of its own. No contest. For temperature control, you get that instant response from both gas and induction, while electric smooth tops, well, they're the slowest by far. If you do a lot of delicate work, like melting chocolate or holding a sauce at a perfect low simmer, induction is the absolute best. And cleanup, again, induction wins, because the surface doesn't get scorching hot, food doesn't burn onto it. Gas, with all its grates and crevices, is definitely the toughest to keep clean. And I really want to double down on this response time thing, because it's so important. Think about it. You've got a pot about to boil over. With gas or induction, you twist the knob and the heat drops immediately. Problem solved. With an electric smooth top, you turn it down and you wait. And you usually end up just yanking the pot off the burner entirely to stop the disaster. That's the difference in control we're talking about. Now let's talk about the money side of things. Induction used to be way more expensive, but the prices have really come down. And here's something you definitely need to know about: the Inflation Reduction Act. Depending on your income and where you live, you might be eligible for some pretty big rebates if you buy a new electric or induction cooktop. It's for sure worth looking into. So, you think you've picked your fuel type? Awesome. But hold on, we're not quite at the finish line. Now we get to talk about the fun stuff, the features that can make your day-to-day cooking life way easier and safer. First things first, size. Now, there are a bunch of different widths out there, but the huge majority of cooktops are made to fit into one of two standard cabinet cutouts, either 30 inches wide or 36 inches wide. So measuring what you've already got is probably your very first step. So beyond the basics, what are the bells and whistles that are actually worth your money? We're going to focus on 3 that I think can make a real difference. Burners that can change shape, safety lights you can't live without, and a little bit of smart home tech. Let's talk about those versatile burners. On an electric model, you might see an expandable element where you can choose a small circle for a small pot or a large one for a big pan. A bridge function is even cooler. It lets you link 2 round burners together to create one big rectangular heating zone, perfect for that weekend pancake riddle. On gas, you might find an oval-shaped burner, which is fantastic for long pans or a fish poacher. Okay, this next feature? In my book, it's a non-negotiable, especially if you have little kids running around. It's the hot surface warning light. See, with electric and induction cooktops, the glass can stay dangerously hot even after you've turned the burner off. This little light stays on until the surface is actually cool and safe to touch. It's a simple feature that can prevent some really nasty burns.
Phew. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. We know the different types, we've weighed the pros and cons, and we've looked at the key features. Now, let's pull it all together into one simple step-by-step plan to help you make that final choice with total confidence.
It really just boils down to this super simple 4-step plan. Step 1, pick your fuel type based on how you like to cook. Step 2, get out the tape measure and confirm if you need a 30-inch or a 36-inch model. Step 3, make a short list of your absolute must-have features. And step 4, be smart about when you buy to get the best possible price.
And speaking of that last step, getting a good deal, here's a fantastic pro tip from the experts at Consumer Reports. New appliance models usually come out at the end of the year, which means stores are trying to clear out last year's models in the fall. So if you can wait, shopping in September, October, or November is your best bet to save some serious cash.
And that's it. That's the playbook. You are now officially armed with everything you need to go out there and find the absolute perfect cooktop for your home. So the only real question left is, what amazing things are you going to cook on it first?